Good morning, my good people. It's Sunday, uh, around 7 o'clock. We had some great 2K League action this week. Oh, excuse me. Early, I gotta get my tea, my throat hurting. It's that lemon ginseng with some honey. Going crazy. But yeah, it's Sunday, so you know what time it is. Like I said, we had some great 2K League action, so it's time for me to put some of my statistical impact rating to the test. And there's a lot of people who don't understand it. I've never put the formula out there because, you know, you know how the 2K community is. I put that formula out there, now somebody's gonna change the name and call it theirs. You see, there's a few people who do something similar like that. They have their own name for it, but mine's I literally call it the SiR, the Statistical Impact Rating, because I want you to know this is all based on stats. It isn't based on the eye test, no, none of that. This right here is completely stats, and and that's really what it was for. People don't understand when I first came up with this formula. It was a while back ago. Because my initial thought process was me every time I played in the rec, I played walk on, played in the rec, or just played regular team pro am. People would look. I'm not one of those high scoring players. I'm one of the people who score let them score, and I do all the dirty work, steals, rebounds, blocks. I did a lot of everything. So I probably would finish the game with like 11 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3, 4 steals, and a block. Something like singularly like you're like, oh wow, this guy really holds them all together, and his stats look crazy. There's sometimes I had crazy stats, and it's just like, how didn't you get player of the game? Everybody on the team said that, but the person with the most points got player of the game. So what I really what I really created the statistical impact rating. It wasn't called that at the beginning. It was just numbers I was putting together for it. It was really a means to figure out player of the game better for the 2K system to understand that it's just not about points. It's about putting the whole entirety of the game together better and how it's valued on 2K. So when y'all see things like the player efficiency rating and things like that that's structured around the actual basketball game, it's like that's structured around basketball itself. They put values of certain things higher. In 2K, we gotta understand things are certain things are rated higher on 2K than it is in the actual basketball game. Because you got to think about this for a fact. In the actual basketball game, if you go out there and shoot 40% from three, you're a phenomenal shooter. If you come out on 2K and you shoot 40% from three, you might as well get off the floor. They don't need that from any of their corners, right? So basically, that's really where the statistical impact rating evolved from just wanting to show people who was the player of the game properly for 2K, and I was gonna try to submit it to them and try to get some type of skin in the game with 2K, but 2K, they don't ever contact people back. Look, the game is perfect. People are buying it, so it's perfect. So that's where it started, and then like me, luckily I read a Walk on Warriors page, so it helped me get in contact with some people. One of the people I was in contact with was famous. So like I said, that page helped me do that. I didn't make the page to benefit off of any of this. I literally made the page to help people, and in turn, the page actually helped me as a person. So thank y'all for following and doing that. So really, I got in contact with famous. I think it was season 2. I believe it was season 2. Yeah, it was season 2 because it was more pick and roll heavy. Because season 1 was at 5 out. So it was season 2, and like I was just throwing up some of the stats. I was sitting here saying what this are, and I'm just really chopping it up with Famous. And I think the only person, Harris, had a system like this too. So me and Harris used to go DM back and forth about our systems, and I just always felt mine was better because mine was literally detailed and entailed for 2K. And I'll tell you how far back it went. It went so far back to where I was playing rec. Even you gotta ask. It wasn't Truth I was talking to. It was the other guy. It's Witness the Grind, where they was playing against Make It Happen on their wages. Making a name for himself. It was before. It was a little before that I was telling. I forgot his name. I'm gonna say Truth, but I don't remember the other guy's name. I don't know why. He's a cool guy from Canada too. But I asked him. I was like, "Yo, look, just send me some box scores, and I'll tell you who player the game was. I'll tell you who this, that, and third was." So it went back to then. So, but Famous, I'm talking Famous, and I'm showing him some of my who's leading and who's leading in this, and then I even sit here, and this is the thing that really I think that really made him look at it and was like, "Yo, this is actually one of the best ones, right?" I showed him my MVP race and what the numbers were saying, who was gonna win it, and guess what? He won. Like, and I know some of the MVPs are based on who's some politics and stuff, but based on numbers alone, it shows that this person should have won MVP, and he did. So I think that was like one of the major things that actually got Famous to think like, yo, this system is actually something. So, but like I said, I just wanted to tell you how that system worked. Well, not the entails of the system, but some features of the system that is more than just points. It actually puts together a full description of each team's games in one stat number, so we can see who is more proficient at everything overall. And like I say, the thing about the system is going to be more heavily lenient toward people who put up more stats. So people like point guards and centers are always going to lead the numbers. But the thing that's great about it is y'all always going to sit here and say point guards and centers. But where I move and where I deal with it is I always separate the category. So point guards only go up against point guards. Centers only go up against centers. Power forwards, and so forth. Power forwards is power forwards, locks, and shooting guards with shooting guards. So that's what's always good about it. I always break it down like that. I never just put them against, because if you put a center to a power forward, centers are putting up a statistical impact rating on like 40 a game sometimes. They're putting up 40, and you gotta understand the average power forward is putting up like 15. So that's not even a fair fight. But when you put another power forward against another power forward, and that power forward is actually putting up 25, and we know the average is 15, it's like, damn, he's putting 10. He's throwing up 10 more overall points than this next guy. That shows he's crazy. So, and that's even when you go about it and you think about it. One of my earliest times I ever put this stat up, I was going to close out, but I gotta give a shout out. This is my guy. This Breadwinner, right? When I put the first statistical impact rating out, and it had Breadwinner up there as one of the top power forwards at the time. Like early, it was like week 1 to 4 type of rating, right? I broke it into 4 different sections, and people looked at it like, Breadwinner. I'm like, oh, has anybody been watching him? Has anybody seen the numbers he's putting up? And then Breadwinner ended up being one of the better power forwards throughout the entire season. And it's just like, yo, that's something, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But we also got to watch the game too. I'm always an advocate for that. And you see, I put my videos out there. Y'all know I'm watching these games too. I'm not just looking at numbers. But I brought my laptop out. I'm gonna continue looking at some of these numbers, put these together, because early it's like just 7:15 on Sunday. Games last night, so let me put some of these numbers together. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.